Hello and welcome to Flory Models Friday Roundup Show. Here we are on the 23rd of August 2019. Yeah, you can't see this, but trust me, I have got bags and bags and bags and bags and bags of a certain Millennium Falcon. This is the Bandai 72nd one. Hopefully by the time you get this one, the review will be live for you. What can you say? You know, I've been waiting to get my hands on this particular kit for years. You know, see the review, I do a long spill. The first 5 minutes is on about harping me on about getting this thing here. But it's here, and I have to say, I am absolutely blown away. As you know, I am completely biased. I am a Bandai even fanboy. I'm a Star Wars fanboy. So when you put both together, and it's in a modelling sort of genre as well, that's it. I'm probably the most biased review you'll ever get out of me in your life. But the thing is, it's Bandai. You know, you don't get the traditional problems. You know, ejector pins, if it's got one, it will be hidden. You don't get things like, you know, sink marks and problems. The plastic is always of the highest quality. The way they go together, like just the engineering in this to do it, it just takes everything to that other level. It's somewhere, you know, this is one of those things, I'll hop on a little thing here, but it's almost like it's not a model, if that makes it sound, it's right. It's probably wrong, and I know I'll get the haters all jumping on me now for all the rest of it, but it's almost more akin to Lego and building, purely because you've got these huge great locating areas and stuff like that, and the way it fits and the solid feel to it, and just, yeah, as you say, the feel to it, the plastic is extremely high quality, the parts are as sharp as hell because the detail is that nice on them, but it's almost like it's not modelling. We're used to modelling, and we've been speaking about it recently, about how I believe there's a lot of people out there on the internet who moan and bitch about models purely because they haven't got the basic skills to put a model together. You know, they just look at it, they put two halves together and, oh, it doesn't fit, so it's got to be the kit's fault, and it's useless and it's rubbish. And my point has been over the last few months is saying that, you know, yes, kits don't go together. They sometimes need a little bit of finesse, but basic techniques of like dry fitting, you know, and working out why it's not touching, if it does need a little bit of sanding, a little bit of filling or whatever it needs, that's part of modelling. So don't bitch about a kit when really at the end of the day there's nothing wrong with it. It may be your skills are letting you down, you know, from doing it. And to be honest, recently I've built a few kits that needed just a little bit of work to put them together, but I take that as what modelling is, a part of modelling. When you're into this level though with Bandai, because they are literally up here, you know you're not going to have a problem. If it doesn't go together, it's probably you. You've got the wrong part, or left and right round the wrong way or something else like that. So that is the thing with it. But I suppose what's blown me away more about this particular kit is not really about the amount of Panzer tanks that were used clearly to make up the Millennium Falcon in real life, because it looks like it's just the back end of Panzers everywhere, all over it. But it's just that level of detail, the crispness of the parts, the way that the detail has gone down and it's just been moulded into the plastic and things like that. It is another level. And we often talk about how things have changed over the years and how things have moved up. And to be honest, I've already put the other one away. But when we did this review, at the back end of it, the last 10 minutes, I get out the old fine molds kit and we do a comparison between the two. And if I've done this right, you might get some pictures of it up now, some footage. And you can see clearly how this isn't that Falcon. We know that's a different Falcon anyway, because they actually used the one from Return of the Jedi with that one. This one is technically the New Hope one, because this one has got the 3 legs. So there is going to be differences in the actual model itself, but it was nice to see how things have progressed and how things have moved forward. But it just blows me away, the texture, but the sharpness of the injection moulding and that. And to me, that's why I always say that Bandai, it doesn't matter if it's their sort of, you know, the Gundam range, or if it's their normal model kits, or even obviously if it's with their sort of Bandai in conjunction with Star Wars and the kits they've released, they are of the highest quality. And it just shows when manufacturers put their mind to it, and money, lots of it I should think, they can achieve great things. And this is a great thing, you know, there's no doubt about it. And but really reviewing this week, and we'll speak about it in a moment, but I've done a plethora of reviews. And I can honestly say this week's reviews that we've done 4, have all gone up really well. Even Revel, let's face it, Revel, yeah, I'm not their biggest fan, but at the end of the day, this Shackleton, obviously it's just an upgrade and got a few new things on from the old kit, but it's beautiful. It's got fantastic recessed details into this one. And yeah, I know we speak about it in the review, they should be raised, but forgetting that, but the way it's done, the panel lining, the details into it and stuff like that, it looks like Revell are really stepping it up now and coming up. And we know they're reboxing old tat still, and some of it's really dodgy, but their new stuff is actually coming ahead leaps and bounds of the competition. And I'll get another kick in now from the Airfix fan club, but it is that if you look at something like that's kit and then you look at something that perhaps Airfix might be releasing, it's like, where's the detail, Airfix? Where is all that crispness? Where's the really nice panel lines that seem to be in scale? Where's all that riveting detail? You know, let's face it, you can do it fantastically on some of the bigger stuff like the Hellcat, but it looks like you're thinking, well, 48 scale won't really work, so we won't bother. But it does, it needs it. And these are classic examples why these 48 scale and 72nd ones have a little bit of surface detail. It takes them to that next level. And that really is when you look at this compared to the fine molds one. The fine mold ones looks like, as it is, technically a 20-year-old kit now, you know, and that is the thing to it. It's showing its age. It's one of those things where in its day it was cutting edge. 20 years later, you get the Bandai one come out and you think, yeah, that was horrible. That was really soft. But yeah, it's one of those. But again, we also looked at this week the Rifle models with the actual Sherman up here. The casting detail of that, again, where's that come from? That's beautiful. It seems to be in scale to me. The surface detail and all the parts, the way that they go in through to the gear, the track, lots of track, and everything else with it. It is absolutely phenomenal, the amount of detail that's going into these kits. And then obviously at the back end of it, we did the actual flat car as well. You know, and just the amount of detail that is in technically a train truck. I know everyone's going to kill me for that one, but you know what I mean, rolling stock. You know, you could make it extremely detailed, or you could make it pretty much pre-molded, because no one's going to look under it. It's got amazing detail under that. And again, it's one of those things where, you know, these three kits have almost sort of, you know, lifted the bar, shall we say, and it's definitely gone up a few old places, because Bandai, you almost expect it, okay? Rifle models, as far as I'm concerned, they're probably one of the best armour companies out there. Revell, where did that come from? We knew their other one was good, but that one's even nicer. And then again, T-Model, never really done anything before about them, never reviewed any of their stuff before, not in 35th scale, but definitely it is absolutely phenomenal. It's amazing to see that level of detail on such a simple item, if you like, but it just goes to show that it's got the detail in there, then that will follow through with your building, with your diorama or a diorette, or obviously with your weathering, what you put on it, because again, you could have a fantastic wagon down there, and then you put on a bit of armor or whatever it is, a truck or something on it, and that lets it down. So you need to get your levels all up. We're going to go up, you're going to go up, we're all amongst it. Anyway, this week, as I said, was been taken up really of getting back after having the holiday last week. So really been getting up to speed with it. Got caught up with all these reviews. I've still got some more reviews coming up for you. I've got an MGB, I've got a Jag Panther, I've got a twin pin down in there, I've got an F104 to do. I will catch up with them as we're moving through, but as I said, next week I'll hopefully be totally up to speed. At the moment I'm sort of chasing my tail and making sure everything's good and making sure all your orders are going out as well. But yeah, but if you want to catch up with the reviews this week, obviously they're on the site. We'll have a look around it in a minute and you'll be able to catch up with all of those. Well worth looking at them, especially, well, obviously the Millennium one is beautiful, but definitely have a look at the Sherman and have a look, if you're not into it really, but have a look at the flat car as well, because the flat car is absolutely gorgeous. It's fantastic. And that is an unsung hero because it's beautiful. For me, as well as doing all of that and everything else, I've been working on this. So what we've got down in here is the 1/16th, yes, 1/16th scale, Kenwood truck. And again, this is Revell. It's not massively old. I think it's about 15 years old, this kit. But it is really starting to come together and looking very, very nice. And if a certain person had sent my camera charger back, I would have actually painted this today. But unfortunately, my camera hasn't turned up. And I'm waiting on that one for Matt to send it back to me. So as soon as it's back, I can actually get some paint on this. But really, we're ready for primer on the sort of chassis stage here. And then obviously with the engine and things like that. And we can really start to push on with this one. But it's coming together really, really nicely. Apart from the instructions are horrible. And yeah, there's a few cock-ups by my part and the instruction parts on this one. But it's definitely coming together now and is going to be very, very impressive when it's done. My biggest decision, I suppose, is what colour am I going to do it? Are we going to go with with blue, but then yeah, it's blue, or should we go with something else? I quite like the red, but I'm thinking about using a nice bright primary colour, perhaps doing a little bit of graphic work on it as well to really bring this one up. But definitely our biggest scale kit for a while, doing a 1/16 scale. I know I said I'm doing small stuff, but in the great scheme of it, it's not that big. It's only a 1/72 bomber scale, but it is very, very nice coming together. Next week we'll be pushing on heavily with it. I was hoping really to get the editing completed on this one to get part 1 up with you today. That ain't going to happen, but I will do it over the weekend, and that will be up with you on Monday. So part 1 of this build, getting you really to this stage, will be up with you on Monday. Over the weekend I'm going to be working a bit as well, so hopefully I can catch up with it and start pushing on with this one very, very heavy. The other news at the moment is obviously I am working on the Hunter. I've got the FX Hunter over there. You might have seen we did the live airbrushing one with that one. Andy has also done the filming of that as well, so if you want to see Andy's angle of it, because he was sat off to my side recording it, or the fixed overhead, they're available in the forum, in the tutorials area, to see all about getting that one done. Next week I intend to get the decals onto it, and then obviously we're going to be going with the Dutch decals on that one, and then we're going to be going through with things of a wash. So we were talking about basic washes, and then obviously basic weathering with it, and then obviously we're going to be mounting it onto a stand and completing off that build as well. So again, another build going through and out of the way as we make our way through. The other thing as well, thank you to everybody who voted in the poll at the beginning of the week for what I'm going to build next. So after or during, as I'm doing all of this next week, and I might get a start on it later in the next week, we are going to be working on the Hasegawa F86 Sabre. Something about a natural metal finish with this one. Not 100% sure what scheme we're going to do it in yet. Again, I'll put a poll up on the forum and you guys can vote on it. But we've got some great options because we're actually using the Edard kit for that one. So as you know, it's that limited kit. It's got lots of options with it and things like that. And then straight after that, I'll probably get about halfway through, get the bit sort of building work done until it's in the paint and it's out of the way. Then we're going to be starting on the Russian 9K37 M1 Burke missile system. So we've got that great system there from Meng, 1/35 scale. Should be a lot of fun with that. It's pretty modular. It's quite a handful to put together, so that one should be a lot of fun. So we're going to be starting that probably the week after as we make our way through. So there's still lots and lots to come. Just to catch up as well, we spoke about it obviously last night's live show. We'll talk about that in a minute, but a lot of you are asking about the next live build. Obviously you might remember we did the Saturn as a live build in the afternoons. I will be starting on the 2001 Discovery, the XD1, in a couple of weeks with that one as well. And I'm probably going to be doing 1 or 2 parts a week, and we'll break it down as a live sort of, you know, thing during the afternoons or evenings, things like that over that. As the evenings start to draw in and winter becomes upon us, I'll be probably doing a lot more in the evening than what I was doing in the daytime. You know, now we've got a bit more free time that way. So we've got that coming up as well. So as you say, plenty of stuff coming up. Big thank you to everybody who joined us last night. Oh God, it's like, as you might know, if I bring up the, hold on, that's 1 second here. I've got to just try and work this out because it's not, what do you want, screen 1. And then I've got to go here. For people who are watching, you'll know all about this. But as you can see, on the live show, in the forum, probably the quickest way of getting to it, we had the live show last night, which was a bit like blankety blank, because we were all sat in here. This is because now good old YouTube and Google together, they're the same company I thought, but anyway, they've discontinued now using Hangouts, and obviously Hangouts was the simple and easiest way of us to doing it, so we had to revert back to Skype. So the first 10 minutes of last night's show, we had a few audio problems. Yeah, either you couldn't hear me, probably a blessing, but obviously the guys were echoing and various things. Luckily, with the help of you guys, as always, we managed to get it nailed down and fixed after the first 11 minutes. So if you want to skip forward the first 11 minutes, we're back on par and we're good to go for the rest of the show. We got it all nailed down and fixed. I have done some more testing with it this morning, first thing this morning to be honest, and I think we've got it working now and it isn't a problem. But say yesterday, it's one of those, you're banging a head against the wall, you've got to try and set it up. You're dealing with 5 people, 5 different computers, 5 feeds coming in, comes into this computer here, then it has to be streamed out to the world. Obviously you get a little bit of technical difficulties and lags and testing, because we can do all the testing, and we did, to be honest, before we came on air, and it sounded fine to us, and then obviously you guys, and it's a bit different. But anyway, we have fixed it now. Hopefully you agree the image quality last night was absolutely perfect, and the audio was really, really good as well. There's a little bit of crackling when I'm moving around. What I'm going to do is get my laptop down for next week, so I'm not using the main computer for doing, you know, that can handle the streaming and the sort of processing bits, and I'll use things like getting information and that off of my laptop instead of using the same computer, because I think that caused a few little headaches. But anyway, that is available to see it if you want to. Obviously it's on the, if I just bring it up here and we go to the FM site. Quickest way to get to it if you are a non-member is in here. So if you go to the vlog section, which is this one at the top here, click in here, and then obviously you've got them in. All right, so down in here you've got last night's live show, so you can go and watch us yabbiting around and usual gun torture of watching us for a good couple of hours on there, answering all your questions as always. All right, so that is up there on the site now, as is all the shows from the week are up here as well. So obviously you've got Monday show, Tuesday, Wednesday, and obviously we've got the live show, and today's will be up here as well. If you're after any of the reviews, just click in the review section as always, okay, and you can come down in here. The latest reviews are up here. To be honest, the actual Millennium Falcon is rendering as we speak, so it will be live up here by the time you see this, but obviously all our reviews that we've done are in here. And remember, if you want to get any particular manufacturer review, just click down in here. So Riffields, as we were just speaking about, they are down in here now, so you just click in there, you can watch all those reviews down in there. Or if you want perhaps like a Revel, so you just click on Revel up here, and we've got all the Revels. Hopefully, if they all load through, here they all come. There's hundreds of them. Literally, we've got hundreds and hundreds of reviews. There's some Star Wars stuff, and obviously this here is the other Millennium Falcon review. So this says Revel, but obviously it's the old X Fine Molds model kit as well. So if you want to see about that one is down in there as you make your way through with them as always. So there's plenty of stuff to see over there. Other thing to talk about, to be honest with you, is, if I bring it up here, we are happy to announce that the PM store obviously has had in its delivery, and Matt has finally got them up online, thank God, and out the way is the new lacquers range. So you might remember I did a review on the lacquer paints, and actually I used this yellow colour here, number 8, for actually doing the van, which was that French van, the H van. It sprayed beautifully, it went down, I had no orange peel, it's literally like a glass finish, no problem at all with it. Downside to this product is it is a bit whiffy. If you're in a particular area which is like smell sensitive, shall we say, then you might want to have a little try with one bottle, see how you get on before you buy any more of them, okay, because they are a little bit whiffy. And remember, safety first, extractor, respirator, you'll be good to go. Good ventilation in your workroom as well is pretty much a must, okay. But again, they spray beautifully. At the moment we've got how many colours in here? There is 63 colours in the range, and again you've got all your standard type of was it the AS or TS colour paints have been transferred over into this one now. So obviously they're very much Japanese led, so you've got a lot of Japanese Navy colours down in here and Japanese Army ones, but you've got your standard ones in there amongst all of that as well, and plenty of silvers and other things. So they are up on there as we make our way through. Other things to talk about, the PM store is actually having a 10% day from midnight Saturday night until midnight Sunday night, Monday night. So because obviously in the UK it's a bank holiday on Monday, so we're having a 10% sale off all kits. So it's all kits whatsoever, so you know, don't worry about any particular manufacturer, they all going to be there. So it's 10% off of any model kit that we've got in stock on the PM store. Okay, so you go off to pmmodelsuk.com and you can see all about that. They're all down in here, you can see all the ones in here. Quick look around new arrivals. You got the thing, so the Shackleton's in there, and there's the Millennium Falcon is in there, and then also we've got the Riffield Models one there, and there's the flat car. All the ones I've done this week are available to buy in here. But again, we've got all the major manufacturers and everything else. Plus of that, we've got all your tools, so don't forget we now got all the Abtai Lung oils in there, and we've got all the paint brushes, we've got the paints, you name it, we've got it, and all the AK weathering pencils, super metallics, and everything else that I've reviewed over the last few weeks. There's absolute tons of stuff in there. It's 10% on all kits. Obviously all glues, paints and stuff do not have a discount on those. It's literally just for the kits. So it's going to run basically Sunday and Monday UK, and then obviously Matt will get them out to you next week as we make our way through. So loads of stuff on there. Other things to mention is, don't forget we're getting really low on, where's my thing here, on the actual group builds. So the actual group builds are sort of coming to an end now, and everything else, or sorry, I should say SIGs rather than group builds. So we're down in here, we've actually got, here we go, the Rescue Me, you've got a week left till the 31st of August, obviously end of the month. We've actually got the Rescue Me SIG is coming to an end on this one. Remember, there's no medals or anything else for it. It is just literally for the end reveal video and you all guys coming together with this one. We've had some fantastic entries into this. It has been really nice. Jean has done and it does look nice because you can't go wrong with a helicopter. Is this the Revell one? It is the Revell 72nd, the EC-135 helicopter. Again, very, very nice, as you can see down in there. Completed that one. Beautiful work by him. Congratulations. Just have a look, see if we've got any others in here. We've got the Revell from Keith. We saw this one. Oh, no, we didn't. Sorry, this is the other one. This is Keith's one for the Revell 1/24 scale. I won't even pronounce it. Fire engine, as you can see, for the man truck, with all the equipment, safety gear, and everything on that. Absolutely fantastic. Beautiful job with all the equipment. Nice painting work all on that. Great job. Fantastic. Very, very nice, and even with the cab off and with all the running gear as well. So congratulations, Keith. You've done an amazing job on that one as well. If we pick out one more, we've got down here, Bryce has done the Storch. This is the Tamiya 48 scale Storch. Obviously in the medical roll, it's got a red cross on it, so it does count. Okay, as you can see, very, very nice on a nice little diorette as well, with all the various bits with it. Beautiful work, nicely weathered, looking very, very good. Fantastic, beautiful work on that one. Congratulations. Remember, if you're getting very close to a build, don't forget to get it finished off, and then I can get it into the actual reveal video, which I'll do normally the week after, if not the week after that, as we make our way through. So there's loads and loads of things to go on there. The other big news is, and I will do it with you on Tuesday, because I'm not actually here on Monday, but we actually will have in stock on the Flory model site the new oil paint racks. They're the acrylic ones that go along with our paint racks and all the other acrylic range we do. To be honest, as you can see here, I've run out of room for them, but I'm going to be talking to you all about those on Tuesday, because I'll be back with you on Tuesday, because Monday is actually a bank holiday, and to be honest, I've got a family meal to do on Monday evening, so I won't have time to do this. And that is about it for a roundup for this week. Thank you very much for joining us as always. As I say, I'm going to be back with you on Tuesday. On Monday, you will get part one of the actual Kenworth truck up with you, so you'll be able to see that one. But I'll be back live with you on Tuesday afternoon as always. So as always, I'm going to leave you with your great work from the gallery, from all the completed builds from the last couple of weeks. But until Tuesday, everybody, have a lovely weekend. I hope the weather's good for you. Take care and happy modelling.
Wasted. My heart grows heavy.